Hello, I'm Crypto Mitch X. You can find me on Twitter. We'll be talking today about how to mine liquidity on TELx. This is part of a series I'm putting together about how to use the Telcoin ecosystem, like the mobile application from Telcoin Holdings, how to use the liquidity pools like TELx by the Telcoin Association, and how do you benefit from the governance voting, the Global Platform Council, the Discords. I'll be talking about everything that there is related to the whole Telcoin ecosystem. So, this presentation has been put together by myself, CryptoMitchX, and also my mate Joe. He helped me build this presentation. You can find him at CryptoNayraj, and also, yeah, he's on X. We talk about Telcoin every single day. I want to remind you that the upcoming global platform voting is happening starting in the next like 12 hours. So be a part of that. And yeah, let's get straight into how to mine liquidity on TELx. So the goal of TELx is to offer intuitive and affordable financial services where user ownership of the network enables any mobile phone user in the world to capture incentives that would typically be awarded to legacy financial institutions. It's an amazing platform, lots of potential. It's tapping into the mobile networks, which is fantastic. There's a three-phase process to this. And if you want to look more into it, you can go to telx.network, about, and how does TELx work. So the three phases are phase one, the product blueprint. Basically, the Telcoin Association designs a user-owned product, selects the necessary DeFi protocols, the assets, and markets to support it, and launches incentives via staking contract on the TELx staking portal, which is what we'll be talking about today. Next, phase two, you grow the TELx pool. So TELx miners create TELx pools on automated market makers or add self-custodial liquidity reserves to existing pools, which is what we'll be talking about. They stake their liquidity pool tokens, LP tokens, in the respective TELx staking contracts and then begin mining TEL in addition to capturing fees. When a market reaches product viability, it will then be integrated into the Telcoin application. Phase 3, App Liquidity. When a market goes live in the Telcoin application, end users benefit from an additional product offering, where they can participate as TELx miners and capture trading fees from transaction volumes tied to user demand of a tangible product. When end users participate as miners on the decentralized products they use in their daily lives, they effectively pay themselves instead of an institution. It's important to know the Telcoin Association is a non-profit Swiss verein that governs the Telcoin platform. In liquidity pools, users deposit pairs of assets like TEL and wrapped ETH, or in our case today, TEL and USDC. And that goes into a smart contract. For us, it's Balancer. This creates a pool that others can trade against. This eliminates the need for traditional buyers and sellers to match up in an order book like you would on a SEX. Instead, trades happen instantly with the pool, and you, as the liquidity provider or LP, earn a slice of the trading fees. On TELx, these pools fuel a decentralized exchange, making trading smooth and accessible for everyone. The basic steps. We'll go through these in detail. First, you need to prepare to connect. So make sure you have a Web3 wallet connected. My suggestion would be the Coinbase wallet or MetaMask. And make sure you have selected the Polygon network. Otherwise, it may automatically select it for you. Then you want to visit the TELx website, www.telx.network/pools. Then connect your wallet, choose a pool, and always read up on the attributes and make sure the pool risks. We'll be talking about the risks later in this video. Use Balancer to convert your tokens into LP tokens. There's a video below regarding that. Then go back to TELx, stake your tokens, and you'll start receiving the fees. I've actually done it with a very small amount to document it for you, and I've left it running for a full week now, and I'll show you the percentage return, and I'll tell you right now it's above 10% a year. So after that, sit back, earn your rewards, collect your fees, and make decisions based on impermanent loss when you want to close the staking and reopen it later on. So, step 1, prepare to connect. Make sure you have a Web3 wallet with the Telcoin bridged over via the Polygon bridge. What's important about that is not all exchanges provide the ability to withdraw Telcoin on the Polygon network. So, what you have to do in that case is you've got your Web3 wallet set up, you transfer your tokens, most likely on the Ethereum network, you bridge them over using the Polygon bridge. Make sure you have the correct tokens for gas, and then you'll have them bridged over to Polygon in your wallet. Once that is done, you are able to begin the next bit of the process. Here's a video on the TELx community. Their website is telxcommunity.live, and they've got a few educational videos about how to provide liquidity, how to stake. So this is an old tutorial, and it talks about QuickSwap. We no longer prioritize QuickSwap, and we more use Balancer. So just beware when you watch that video there. All the links will be below. Step 2, you want to visit the TELx network. So I've got that open here. It looks like this. They talk about the decentralized liquidity engine of the Telcoin platform. They talk about the total liquidity locked up, the amount staked, the 24-hour volume, which is over $1.3 million, and the 24-hour fees, which currently sits at 2.7K US dollars for the day. Then over on the right, you can see your wallet, which I've already connected. You can see the amount of fees that you've earned in a week. For me, it's been in a week. And then you can come up here and click on pools. So this gives you the options, and they have the percentage split there. So the pool, all of them are on the balancer protocol. The status of whether they're up to date or whether they've been archived. Total liquidity locked. We're talking about strategy behind that shortly. The volume, 24 hours, and the rewards. So these are additional incentives from the Telcoin Association to incentivize people to use TELx. What we're going to look at in our demonstration is the TEL USDC pair. So it's 80% TEL, 20% USDC. So my suggestion, and that's why I'm doing this video, is you start with a small amount. You give it a shot, see if you're comfortable with the process. As you feel comfortable, you scale up. In this demonstration, I've put in $75 in total, and we'll see what that produces. Step number 3, connect your Web3 wallet that you set up in step 1. So select a supported wallet, such as MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Nano Ledgers, or Coinbase Wallet. OKX is also another option. Joe recommended this one. So OKX wallet is not yet under the supported wallets, but if you click on MetaMask, the OK wallet window should pop up. If not, resort to one of the other suggested wallets. Then it's your chance to choose which pool you'd like to be a part of. So click on one of your desired pools. So if we go over here and we click on the TEL USDC pool, you get a lot more stats. You get the staking address. You see the amount of rewards paid out in the month and the dates in which this is available for. You can also see over time how it's gone in terms of liquidity. And then you have your chance to stake the liquidity pool tokens that you're going to generate in a future step. So this is kind of what it looks like. A lot of info there. You want to click on Add Liquidity with Balancer. So you come down here, click on Add Liquidity, but in some cases on Chrome, an error message pops up. So this is their old UI. They've recently redone it to a darker mode, and you'll see in just a second, it'll say not responding. So to fix this, in most cases, you can go over and activate your incognito mode and open up the link again, and it will appear. So what I've done is I've saved some screenshots for us of my incognito mode and put them in this presentation. I'll show you that in a second. So you click on Add Liquidity, takes you to Balancer, and make sure you have enough Polygon for gas. So just a reminder from step 1, have your wallet set up on the Polygon network, have your TEL USDC tokens in there, and also make sure you have at least like $1 of Polygon token to pay for the transaction on the network. If you have any questions about that, you can utilize the Discord, you can utilize the TELx community, and you can ask me on any of my posts on CryptoMitchX on X. So step 5, provide liquidity on Balancer. This is, I would say, the hardest step. So you click add liquidity at the top here. That'll bring you to the next step. Connect your wallet to Balancerify. The next window will show you your corresponding LP token. So it says add liquidity. You can choose proportional, 20% USDC, 80% TEL, and it will detect if you have enough in your wallet for that. Then click connect wallet, add liquidity. It'll do the gas and those things. So here's a bit of a look at how the balancer pool is. It tells you how much liquidity you have in the pool, what the volume has been recently over the 30-day period, and then it tells you what's your liquidity staked, is it unstaked or staked, and your recent transaction. So you can see here I did $15 and 7,440 Telcoin, equaling the value of $74 7 days ago. That's important. We'll come back to that. So $74.11 was the value. Okay. So have a look at this. Get your LP tokens on Balancer. Add liquidity. Balancer may ask you to switch network to Polygon. Now the button you just clicked will then display approve USDC. So there's those phases, approve USDC. Then a window will pop up from your Web3 wallet. It normally appears in the top right-hand corner. If you're on Chrome, you can add your MetaMask to Chrome to make it visible. And it'll pop up asking you to approve. Then after that, you want to approve your TEL, complete, adding the TEL, and then it says transaction confirmed. Next, so you'll receive LP tokens at that point, and they'll say like, this is what it says here. It says 4,000 LPT tokens, and they appear in your active stakes as, yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. So stake 5, stake your LP tokens in TELx. So when you have done the balancer step, you come back here, you'll see your wallet balance of LP tokens. You want to click max, confirm stake, and that's pretty much the whole thing. So it'll show you that your TELx USDC LP tokens in the wallet have then been staked and approved. You get these pop-ups saying staking and then approved. At that point, you'll see this final box here that shows you your active stakes. Now, what's interesting, you might notice, is even though I put in $74.11, my active stakes is saying $72. That's a little bit of the concept of impermanent loss, and it's to do with the fact that Telcoins dropped in value since I staked. This is not a permanent number. If I choose to withdraw later when the price is recovered, that price will obviously be higher. And as the price of the tokens go up, the amount of value there goes up. But we'll talk about impermanent loss shortly. So what you can do on the TELx is you can go and click on rewards, and you'll be able to see your active stakes and monitor what they're estimating you'll get over 30 days, which they said to me, I'll get 101 TEL over 30 days. And what I actually have received over 1 week is 23 TEL so far. So we did a bit of an example here. So let's say $75 worth of TEL, and the return is 81 cents per month. That's about $9.72 per year, and an APY of about 11% per year. But I just did the numbers on my phone earlier, and so what did I say I got? I said I got 18 cents so far. So just pull up the calculator here. 18 cents 0.18 times 52 weeks of the year. That's $9.36. And if we divide that, so 9.36 divided by $74.11, so how much I put in, it tells me the decimal, times that by 100 to get to the percentage, tells me that I'm earning 12.6% per year on that liquidity pool. So pretty good. And that's not even considering the capital gain that may or may not happen on the Telcoin token. So yeah, that's part of the strategy there. Rewards. This is from TELx.network. Why bother with TELx liquidity pools? Well, here's what you stand to gain. You can earn a cut of the trading fees, and it tells you on the day what they were. So on the February 27th, when I made this demo, the 24-hour trading fees were 4,900. If we go back and look today, they're at about 2,700. Now, the bonus fee. So TELx Treasury is offering incentive rewards. Each TELx pool currently offers about 2.77 million TEL over 30 days. And the other benefit, the intangible benefit, is you get to support the ecosystem. You can boost DeFi growth, you learn about liquidity mining, and you're supporting TELx, and anyone with compatible assets can join with no bank or middleman. Even the Telcoin app from Telcoin Holdings, you can sign up to that with just a mobile number and a name. Inside here, I've also put another video from the TELx community. They have an older video on how to stake, and it focuses a lot more on the quick swap way of doing it. But if you watch that, you'll get a greater understanding of how to do it. So which pool do you choose? Again, this is not financial advice. This is just education. You don't need to pick just one pool. Yes, it may be easier to pick one pool, but if you want to spread your risk, your returns scale with how much you stake, not necessarily the pool's size. So one option is to focus on pools with actively high trading fees, and ones with larger liquidity for staking. You'll be getting TEL and fees. Start small, watch how it performs, and then adjust. There are 3 risks involved. So while the rewards can be enticing, liquidity pools aren't without risk. So here's a common set of 3 things to watch out for. Impermanent loss. If the price of your staked assets shifts compared to holding them outside of the pool, you might end up with less value when you withdraw. The fees and the return help subsidize the impermanent loss. And also, if the price is going up, you will see a much bigger return at the end. And if the price is going down, the benefit is that you can think, well, I was earning a return during that time, even though the tokens were going down. So there are pros and cons and different ways to look at it. Market volatility, we've talked about, and smart contract risks. So if you're doing liquidity mining on a platform other than Telcoin, one that you don't really trust, you might know about bugs or exploits in the code. These can lead to losses. You can lose everything in those instances, though TELx uses Balancer, which is a well-trusted protocol. Here's a quick picture on how much loss happens due to price variation. And you can see even if a token hits 500% different, like in the upward direction, the impermanent loss is only about 25%. So I've got these calculators up here. One is from CoinGecko and one is from dailydefi.org. They both give very different results. So if you want to calculate impermanent loss, have a go of those. In the CoinGecko one, you can select the 80-20 balancer weighting, and I've done an example here. So for example, on 80% TEL, 20% USDC, let's say TEL changes up or down by 25%. That could lead to a 0.6 to a 1% impermanent loss on your LP token balance. However, your TEL holdings changed by 25%, So it's small compared to the capital gain or loss. And also, you've been receiving the equivalent of 12% a year based on my example. It is possible to restake at various times to minimize the loss, and such as if there's a lot of volatility, you can choose to open and restake, but there's a lot of different strategy to it. So the CoinGecko calculator gives incredibly different results. So I put in the asset price change was 25%. One asset has 80% of the allocation, which is TEL, and the other has 20% allocation, which is USDC, and USDC changed 0% as it's a stable coin. So we were given the results of a 33% impermanent loss. But I'm not convinced by those numbers, so do an additional bit of research on that and do your own calculations. So at the end, can I withdraw easily? If I lock up my tokens, how easy is it to take them out of the liquidity pool? You can redeem your LP tokens anytime, giving you control over the liquidity mining. So if you're in a pool that stops providing rewards, let's say it gets to the end of the date and the rewards are over, it's highly likely, but not definite, that that pool is archived, unsupported, deprecated. In that moment, it's time to remove your liquidity and add it to a new pool. To turn your liquidity tokens into their original parts, you want to remove the staked LP tokens on TELx and retrieve your LP tokens. So that would look like going into pools, clicking on the pool that you've selected, and click unstake. Gives you the amount you have there. Click max, confirm. It'll activate a transaction on your MetaMask wallet or Coinbase wallet, and you'll now have the LP tokens back. So you go back into Balancer with that error message, uh, and you separate them into their two parts. So visit Balancer, find the pool, select remove liquidity. Removing the liquidity sells the LP tokens, returning them into their underlying tokens. Okay, we're almost at the end. I've got 4 slides to go. So, FAQ. Does lower total liquidity mean a bigger return? So when you're picking a pool, does a one with less liquidity mean a bigger return? Well, not necessarily, but it can influence your share of the rewards. So when you add liquidity to a pool, you get LP tokens representing your portion of the pool's total liquidity. If a pool has lower total liquidity, like for example, the DFX 40%, TEL 40%, USD 20%, which I'll just show you that here so you're aware. That's this one at the bottom. It often has lower liquidity. So $200,000 versus 3 million, and 24-hour volume of $91 versus $1,000. That's for example. If you choose to use a lower liquidity pool, your contribution could indeed represent a larger percentage of the pool. The fees returned may be less because there are less fees in there. But have a go. Why don't you test it out for yourself? Do a week's worth and see if you get, a bigger yield than 12.5% per year. That'll be interesting. So pros, a bigger percentage pool may mean you earn a higher proportion of the fees generated. If trading volume is decent relative to liquidity, your returns could be higher, theoretically. Cons. Pools with lower liquidity often have less trading volume, which means fewer fees overall, plus low liquidity slippage, which might deter traders, reducing your earnings. How to optimize? Beware of the risks of chasing low liquidity. Look at the volume to liquidity ratio. And if you've got a smaller staking amount, it could give you a meaningful slice without sacrificing activity. Do I get a percentage of the bonus without trading? So this is people thinking they have to trade to benefit. Yes, let's clarify what the bonus means here. So you earn a percentage of trading fees proportional to your share of the pool's liquidity. No liquidity is required on your part, and traders use, so say that again. No trading is required on your part, and traders use the pool, and you get to mine the liquidity. So this liquidity mining isn't actually you trading. This is you providing your tokens so that other people can trade, and you benefit from the trading fees of that. because without your liquidity, it's hard for traders to trade. So the TEL rewards, these are incentives from TELx, which we spoke about to encourage liquidity. So it's encouraging us to get involved. You don't need to trade, you just need to stake your assets. And every LP in the pool gets a share of the 2.7 million TEL, which is the equivalent of, as of the time of writing this, $26,000 based on your contribution. You're not actively trading, your role is to provide liquidity. The pool's trading activity generates fees and TEL adds the bonus as a thank you. How do rewards break down? So we've talked about this. The TEL rewards 2.7 million, equivalent to about $26,000, and the fees are based on how many people are trading that pool. So you get the benefits based on the proportion of your stake. Here's some helpful links, and I'll leave these below. So if you want to find the liquidity pools, visit telx.network. If you want to see some community guides that have been put out probably roughly a year ago, you can go to telexcommunity.live. If you want to watch a YouTube on impermanent loss, there's a really good one there. I'll leave the link. And there's a good blog post from Finematics on impermanent loss explained. Then inside the Discord, Amir has posted some of the generalized incentive contracts from last year, and that gives you a bit of an idea of the values being moved around. And lastly, it's good to go back and watch what the Platform and Treasury Council talked about on the February 20th, and they had another meeting today about updates in the Platform Council. So keep your eyes peeled on that. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to help, and I'm going to be putting out more of these videos as we go. So once again, I'm Crypto Mitch X. Great to see you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.